Bitcoin had a wild weekend with a nice, fat, juicy pump. But what is behind that pump? Well, we do have a $500 million purchase incoming for Bitcoin that got the market very excited. In today's video, I want to talk about that, as well as, of course, looking at the technicals and talking about the upcoming challenges of this week. My name's Lark. I make videos on investing. If you do like that topic, then make sure to subscribe to the channel. Leave a thumbs up if you do appreciate this kind of content. Let's get into it. And let's start off with the big buyer of crypto, MicroStrategy, is now planning to sell $500 million worth of MicroStrategy stock and buy more Bitcoin. These guys are crazy and also legends. I love it. I love it. That's just like conviction beyond belief. MicroStrategy just doubled down and doubled down and doubled down and doubled down again on their Bitcoin purchases. It's wild. It's wild to see. And here they are again. They're going to be buying more Bitcoin. Of course, when people learned that, we did see that short squeeze come into the market. We did see a nice Bitcoin pump following this up. And it's interesting too, because the last bear market, we go back to 2020, right? The last bear market, what was the catalyst that started the move out of that bear market? Well, it was MicroStrategy buying a truck ton of Bitcoin. And then other companies hopped on board. You saw Square buy some Bitcoin. And then, in early 2021, we saw Tesla buying some Bitcoin as well. And it all kicked off. It was very exciting. But it all started off with MicroStrategy leading the way on those Bitcoin purchases. Now, MicroStrategy throwing another $500 million on the barbecue. Well, that's nothing new. MicroStrategy obviously has been throwing a lot of money at Bitcoin, and they continue to do it. So it's an impressive level of conviction from the MicroStrategy team to see that happening. Awesome. Awesome. I've been here stacking sats. These guys are going to drop another $500 million on it. We're not playing the same game here. We're not playing the same game. At the same time, you are playing the same game because everybody can get out there and stack some Bitcoin during this bear market. And I'm telling you, the Bitcoin stacked during this bear market, fast forward a couple years, those purchases are going to feel very, very nice. Now, the big variable in this week's conversation when we're looking at markets, what is the inflation data going to be like? It's coming out on Tuesday, right? So I've got a highly scientific poll going over here on Twitter about what you guys think is going to happen with the inflation data. About a third of people saying we're going to see actually higher inflation numbers coming in. So this is for the month of August that we're getting the inflation data for. So we're going to see higher numbers for August in the USA, that the inflation is going to go up and that's going to tank markets. And yeah, I agree that if we are going to see higher inflation, markets are not going to like it at all. About a quarter of people think approximately the same, right? So we're going to stay around 8.5%, maybe it's 8.6, maybe it's 8.4, but no big moves on inflation. Now in that situation, I would say markets may not love it, but may also not hate it. So we may not see any big moves based off of such inflation data. But if we go lower, a third of people think we might go lower. If we go lower, then that is a good catalyst for the markets and we could see a market pump coming in. So obviously, a lot of what is going to happen in the crypto market this week and potentially towards the end of the month highly depends on the macro scene and largely on this inflation data coming out of the USA. So we'll be keeping a keen eye on that and breaking it down once we do get the actual numbers coming in. Now, before I dive into the technicals, just a reminder, if you don't have an account over on Bybit yet, you got to get yourself one. It is the best place for longing and shorting Bitcoin, Ethereum, all of the top coins. You can also benefit from 0% market maker fees, as well as $4,450 in deposit bonuses, and even 0% fees on spot trading if you use the link down below in the description to claim some of those exclusive bonuses. So go ahead and check that out if you are a trader. Now, let's talk about Bitcoin. That was a beautiful, beautiful candle right there on the 9th of September, just blasting Bitcoin higher. People getting very excited about the MicroStrategy purchases and all that stuff. And of course, Bitcoin under 20K has been so frequently like a ball underwater. You push it under 20K and it blasts back up. That's what we've kind of seen here over the weekend. Now we did, of course, get beyond the range, right? So we're stuck in that range here between 19,500 and 20,500 for quite a while. So we dipped under it, but then that single candle took us right beyond the previous support, which is now acting as resistance, blasted beyond that, blasted past the previous line of resistance, and up into the 50-day exponential moving average. Remember, I was saying that if we got that breakout happen, if we got that move beyond $19,600, that a logical area to targeting would be up here at $22,000, and on the further end of that move, potentially up to $23,000. Now, of course, we didn't get to $23,000, but we did get up to this area right here, which I was talking about, which was right around $22,300. So we did get up over 22K, right? That was a logical area for a potential breakout in that situation. We did get up to the 22K, got just a little bit above it to kind of run into this previous area of resistance here from the 8th of July. That's where we saw the price retreating a little bit. At the time of recording this video, fighting to hold above the 50-day exponential moving average. Now, if we did hold above that, I think that would be a nice sign for the markets. Might be starting to build a little bit of strength in here, but everything can be completely undone by what happens with the inflation data this week. And if we look back at the last few months, we have really, really struggled to keep any kind of time above the 50-day exponential moving average. So you can see here, we had some nice wicks above it. Here we had a few candle closes above it and then lost it. Same here. So it's a sticky area right now for Bitcoin to try to be holding above this key moving average. We shall see, of course, what the inflation data tells us for the direction of the markets on Tuesday. But if we slow down here, come back down to retest maybe 20,500, for example, that would be a logical place for Bitcoin to take a bit of a breather. Remember, MicroStrategy has not, to our knowledge, they haven't announced buying yet. It was released in their SEC filing that they're planning to sell more stocks and buy Bitcoin with it. We don't know if that's actually happened yet or not. So, we need to keep that as a variable. Once they start buying, that might help push the markets up a little bit. I think this here was just based on hype and speculation of that potential reality. Of course, hype only gets you so far in markets. So be very curious to see what plays out this week with the inflation data coming out. I think it's the big mover. And I know the Ethereum merge is coming up, but realistically, guys, look at the past few months. It's all been about the macro. What are the rate hikes doing? What's the inflation data like? What are the stock markets doing? If the S&P 500 goes down, well, Ethereum, Bitcoin are probably going to right down around with it. Although Ethereum does have this last potential oomph possibility right before the merge comes in, but that's going to be small and I don't think will buck a wider macro trend. Anyway, let me know what you think about all this stuff down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching today's video and peace out till next time.